And now it's time for Ask Roz and Mocha.
Episode 534, Ask Roz and Mocha style. Let's get into it. Hello, Aiden. Welcome. How are you?
Good. How are you?
Good. What's your question?
So my question is, would you rather go on a deep sea expedition or go to space?
Oh, my God.
What's your answer, Aiden?
I would probably, assuming the risks are the same, because if anything goes wrong, you die either way.
Yeah.
I would probably choose go to space just because there's so much we haven't explored out there.
Yeah, I'm saying space. I've always been into astronomy and wanting to know what else is out there, even though, we kind of know what's out there, but just to see it for myself as opposed to hearing experts talk about it and watching stuff on documentaries.
Like, what's the best that can happen? What's the worst that can happen, right? Like,
Well, the worst is always going to be death.
Well, yeah, but the best is you go and you do the thing and you come back with a cool story. I think that going to space, because so few people even understand what that experience is like, I would have to say that. But the idea of running out of oxygen, either under the water or somewhere in space, is just so terrifying to me.
Yeah.
I wouldn't do either of them. Like if somebody was like, hey, we got a free seat for you on one of these like celebrity rockets that goes up, and I wouldn't take it. I wouldn't go. Like I wouldn't even consider it for a second. Like there's just no way I would do that. I am not a risk taker. I don't have that in me.
I'm definitely doing the deep sea.
You are? Why would you do that? Yeah.
First of all, like up in space, there's so much nothingness. Underneath, it's beautiful. There's fish. Also, when you're doing the deep sea stuff, there are way more people that can be just at the top of your rope to help you. Where in space, there's like, you're with how many people?
The top of your rope? What do you mean, the top of your rope?
Like when you go deep seeing, don't they send you down usually with some sort of pole?
No. You would be in a capsule. You would explode. Your head would explode.
Oh, I'm still going under the water.
You would, huh? Like in
1,000%.
one of those like cool mini subs kind of thing, like all the way down.
Absolutely.
Would you, huh, Shem?
I have a real fear of drowning, and I'm a pretty good swimmer, but I have a real fear of drowning.
Don't you have a fear of floating away?
No. There's almost something freeing about floating away in space because nothing you can do at that point. You're just gone.
Underwater,
where would you rather? Okay, if you're going to run out of oxygen, where would you rather run out of oxygen?
Space.
Same.
The drowning in the water. No, I'd panic.
Couldn't do it. I couldn't do it.
I remember, 20 years ago, I used to always think, man, if they ever ask for volunteers to train and to go up into space because they want to send like a space capsule into like a black hole,
sure,
just to see what was like guaning up in there,
right.
I'd sign up.
You would do that.
I would have signed up.
Yeah.
But it takes too long to get out there, and we know what we know.
Let me find out how long it takes to get to a black hole. Give me 1 second. I don't even know that.
Wouldn't last.
Hey, Maury, how fast do you think you can make it to a black hole?
5 minutes.
Jeez, man.
Come on.
Talking science here, bro.
Hold on, Maury's gonna pass away.
Okay.
Astrology, not anatomy.
Okay, the closest black hole we have is A0620-00A. It is about 3,000 light years away.
Ooh, it's too far.
Currently, with our rocket technology, it would take 60 million years to reach.
Okay, yeah, so I ain't going out there.
No, it's easier to see pretty fish.
Okay, so never mind.
That can't be right. How long does it take to enter a black hole? The time in seconds, if the black hole has a mass of 50 million suns, approximately equal to the mass of a supermassive black hole at the center of our galaxy, on your trajectory, it takes 16 seconds to fall from the horizon.
But still,
know what any of that
60 million light years.
How long does it take to get there?
A long time. Yeah, I ain't making it. Anyway, there you go, Aiden. Thanks so much.
You should have started 20 years ago when you
dude.
thought of it.
Oh, here's another question on Google. Can you outrun a black hole?
Wait, black holes
Outrun?
move?
I don't know.
Of
Once
course they
something
move.
falls into a black hole, it can never get out.
Yeah.
No matter how much energy you have, you can never move faster than a black hole.
Word.
You can never move faster than the speed of light. and you'd need in order to exit the event horizon once you've crossed inside. Yeah, all this stuff terrifies me, man. I don't know anything about
space
black
is
holes.
scary.
Just go underwater.
And thank God they're so far away. You know what I mean? You don't really need to know anything about black holes.
They're scary.
Yeah.
Sheila asks, did Roz ever find an alternate sausage brand that he liked? Oh, because remember the what were the name? Dick's?
No, yeah. Hey, no, Dukes.
Dukes.
Right.
Mini sausages.
Come on, man.
Is the one that...
his hot shorties.
Yeah.
No, I did not, and I missed them in my life. People sent me some, and it was very difficult to open them and eat them because I don't know who sent them to me, and I don't know, maybe they're putting stuff in
You
it.
wasted them?
No, I didn't waste them. They're still sitting in my truck.
I would eat them.
Somebody said
I know.
Staples has
I ate
them,
a
right?
couple of them. Yeah, they're few and far between though. I think that they just had stock.
They're also on Amazon.
Sheila said here, I came across Best Bites Super Hot, and they're pretty fire. They're also based in Canada, and I'm in the States, so it should be available there for you.
Best Bites?
Best Bites Super Hot.
Super Hot. What is that? I've never seen these before. Hold on now.
What's it look like? You interested?
I mean, I'm always interested. Look at these. Okay. You got me. These look interesting. Country Prime Meats.
Hey.
Hey now. Come on.
Right up your alley.
Yeah. Okay. I'll give these a go. I'm always listen. I love little things of meat. I'm okay with that. You shut up, all of you. Jesus. Grow up.
Richard says here, which would you rather find in your attic?
Let me go back to sausages for a second.
Sure.
Let me go back to sausages for a second because I forgot to even ask you. I made you a sauce over the holidays.
Oh, my God.
Okay. But those were, because normally when I make a sausage pasta sauce, right?
Yeah.
Normally the sausages that you buy are made of pork. Those ones were beef sausages. Could you tell?
I could tell.
You could?
Yeah.
Did you like the beef sausage?
Loved.
You did?
And it was very spicy.
Yeah.
Not very spicy.
No. Yeah.
It was my kind of spice.
Yeah.
Loved.
I'd never seen beef sausages before until I found them at this this place.
We've ordered beef sausages from butcher shops before.
The casings don't stay on them as well as the as well
But it's
as
good
the
for a
pork,
sauce.
though. It is. It's
Right?
great for a sauce.
Yeah,
Good.
yeah.
So
It's delicious.
those my favorite spicy sausages are actually beef sausages, not pork sausages. Sorry, next.
Richard says, would you rather find in your attic 1,000 roaches or a person?
Oh my God.
So I don't know what Richard means if the person is alive or dead.
Yeah, I'm going to say
Right?
alive.
So
Let's say alive. That's more terrifying.
if it's a live person,
yeah, I'm definitely saying roaches.
yeah,
Really?
I
No way.
want
Person.
roaches. You want a
Person.
person in the attic, Maury?
I cannot deal with roaches. So a person, once that one person is gone,
Yeah.
But how do you know
with
that
your
they're going
life.
to leave? They're not going to leave if you just say
1,000
please.
roaches,
I would have to.
I would crawl out of my skin.
Like I could, yeah, I know, because you're never gonna get rid of all of them. But I think that I would be able to, if I had, let's say problem one, roaches, right? If I found 100, how many roaches?
1,000.
1,000. If I found 1,000 roaches in my attic, and then we called somebody, and they, came in, did their thing, total professionals, got the roaches out, and they were like, okay, we got the roaches out. I think that I would be able to continue to live in that house. If we found a man in the attic, okay, and then you called the appropriate people to come and remove the man from the attic, I don't know if I could continue to live in that house.
Yeah. That to me is a little bit more terrifying.
I will always have the mental image of the roaches. I would have to burn my house down.
Yeah, I'm with Maury, man. Firstly, if there's 1,000 roaches,
Yeah.
I have no confidence that all of them are gone. One of those critters is going to still be around, and all it takes is one for that stuff to multiply.
But how long was
I
that
found
guy?
one roach in my underground parking at the condo. I almost
Yeah.
moved.
But what about that guy watching you, though? You know what I mean? Like, how long
Yeah.
was he up there living in your house?
Oh, man.
Like, while you're home, alone? And
Did you guys
you have a
ever
man in the attic?
Watch the movie I See You
Yes.
on Netflix. Or I think we saw, I can't remember if we saw it on Netflix or what, but it was, spoiler alert, the people who were watching the family in that home were living in the attic.
Yes.
And they had those frog masks. Do you guys remember that?
Oh, my gosh, yes. There was another show that was on Netflix recently that kind of had that.
The woman in the house across the street from the girl in the window, where the handyman lived in the attic, right?
Yeah. That was Kristen Bell.
Yeah.
I love that movie.
Yeah, Helen Hunt was in that ICU movie, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, I still gotta go with Roaches. I would be. It would psychologically, like I could, even if I moved from both situations, got with you, Maury, burn the house down, move on with my life, right? I would be able to move on much more easily in life if I burned down a house because I had roaches in the attic, rather than if I burned down a house because there was a man in the attic.
Every time I went to bed, I'd be thinking, oh my God, did they lay eggs and is there one on me?
No, I would be 100% being like, what, like why was that, like the man?
Yeah, but you could just ask him, did you see anything inappropriate?
You're going to ask him?
Like, I mean, while they're carving him away in handcuffs,
Maury, if you found a man in the
questions.
attic, you would not even know what to do.
Yeah, you wouldn't be asking questions trying to befriend this person.
No,
Not
hell
befriend,
no.
but just say like, okay,
You're going to talk to him? You're going to confront him. You're going to walk up in the attic and see a man, and you're going to confront him?
I'm saying
hey, what are you doing here?
While they're taking him out in handcuffs. I could be like, hold on a second.
Tough guy
here.
when
yeah, exactly.
when the stranger's in handcuffs.
Yes.
Katie says here, when going to the airport, are you the type to get there 3 hours prior to departure, or do you arrive 1 hour and rush through security?
3 hours.
3.
Same.
Not me. No.
I'd rather get there early, get a coffee, because at least that way I know I'm there.
Yep.
Yeah, I want to get there early, make sure everything is like in order, everything's straight, I'm good. And then once I clear the gate, I can then grab a coffee,
I have
as Maury said.
nightmares of missing planes.
Really, huh? No.
Something to eat.
It depends. It depends. If I'm flying like within Canada, 45 minutes.
What?
That's not enough time.
Yeah,
That makes me
50.
nervous.
Yeah. Like I'll leave my house. I can get to the airport if there's no traffic. I can get to the airport in like 15 minutes, kind of thing.
What if there's a delay at security?
Yeah, there rarely is, and then I just use the Amex line anyway, which gets you through security faster, right? So, like, if you have an Amex at the airport, you're good. Like, you don't
What about
need
a TD
to.
Green Visa?
No, they don't. There's no sign for TD Green Visa. It's just it's the Amex line. The Amex line is amazing, and then I just go to the Amex lounge.
There's a lounge?
Yeah.
My
fancy rich
parents,
It's what do you mean? I have a credit card. You fancy rich people.
my parents, I think it was November,
Yeah.
they went to Guyana. And they showed up at the airport because of my dad.
Yeah.
Right? They showed up. I think it was like 6 or 7 hours.
What?
Ahead of time. Yeah. And like the night before, so they pack, right? Like I'm talking weeks beforehand. So days before the trip, the suitcases are already at the front door.
Yep.
So if
Right.
anything needs to be added
I get that.
or taken out of the suitcase, they do it right there at the front door. Before they leave, and multiple times leading up, my dad has like a weight, right?
A scale?
A scale on a handle. So he picks up by the handle of the suitcase to make sure they're within the limit.
Oh
Yes.
my.
Right.
Did the
And
same
then
thing.
he will, and then they will
come
get to the airport
on.
like 6-7 hours ahead of time, make sure they get through security. And then after that, they're just like on their iPad or they get something, like they make a day of it, right?
Yes.
So they're at the
Yes.
airport a full work day.
There's
Yeah,
no
yeah,
way.
yeah, yeah.
There's no
Yo, what do you
way.
want, man? They're retired. They got nothing else to
They
do.
need activities. No, having gone through everything that I went through with ET Canada, literally, I flew hundreds of times.
Yeah, so you know.
Hundreds of
right?
times. Yeah. So like even me. So we're going.
You know every scenario.
We're going away in a couple weeks. We're going to go to California and then out west to Vancouver, right? And the girls will start to pack. Same thing, like days and days and days in advance. I will throw the first few things in my carry-on the night before we leave, and I'll finish right before we leave for the airport. Really? Yeah, it takes 2 seconds to pack.
Because you know
That's
exactly
it.
what you want.
Yeah, it's
And what you're going to use.
because in my bag, I have a brush, a toothbrush, deodorant, everything else that just stays in the suitcase. So I don't take
So you don't have to worry
I
about
don't
any
take
of that.
any of my own stuff.
Yeah.
Because I will forget it somewhere in a hotel. I have little containers of like the hair product that I use, everything. It's always in my suitcase, always has been in my suitcase, and then it's just ready to go.
One
right?
less thing to worry about.
Exactly. So then it's just clothes, right?
Barbara says here, this question is for Roz. In the earlier episodes of the podcast, you mentioned wanting to open a club/bar that closes early. Did anyone ever contact you about that?
No. And now they're popping up everywhere. And I think that I missed out on a great business opportunity, but I don't want to be a club. I don't want to run some.
You don't want to be a club owner?
I don't want to be a club owner. I don't want to be that guy. You know what I mean? Like,
yeah. Oh, man, the assumptions people would make about you as being a club owner?
Yeah.
I thought of a good name for it.
Which is?
The Early Bird.
No, that's not a good name for it. At all. You think that's a good name for a club, the Early Bird?
Like meet me at the Early Bird
Yeah.
after work?
You guys, we going to the Early Bird tonight?
Yeah, that sounds lame.
Come on, man.
So stupid. Michael says here, question for Roz. You recently mentioned that you'd stopped watching Grey's a little while ago, and now I'm mid-season of season 9 and was wondering, A, what season it really started to go downhill for you, and B, who was your favorite character? Mine was Mark.
Oh, wow. Okay. When did I stop watching Grey's? Officially stopped watching during the COVID season.
Okay.
Okay. And if I had a time machine and I could go back as many times as I wanted to, one thing that I would definitely do is I would go back and tell every television show and movie and everything else that thought that it was the right thing to do to focus on COVID for like an entire season of television and tell them that it's going to be a huge mistake. So we started watching The Blacklist.
Yeah.
Right? And we're watching the season finale the other night of like season 8 or 7 or whatever it was, right? And we're starting to watch the show. The show opens the exact same way. And then you have like the characters, there's one scene, and then it cuts to interviews with people who are part of the production. And they're talking about how, like, when Hollywood shut down and the pandemic happened and all this stuff. And so they filmed a little bit of it, but what they did to fix the episode so they could run it was half live action and then half really terrible animation.
What?
Like comic book animation, where they had the actors do like voiceover for the like. So the episode was half live action, looked like The Blacklist, mixed with really terrible animation.
Because they still had to get through the episodes, but nobody could go into work.
Because nobody could go into work. So they did an animated version of the show. And I'm like, no, you know what? We would have waited.
Yeah.
Right? We would have waited.
I feel like
all of these mistakes were made, and Grey's Anatomy was one of the worst offenders for doing. They went all in and built an entire season around COVID, and it was unwatchable.
The morning show on Apple.
Oh, yes.
Right? This last season, I feel that they ruined it with COVID as well.
Yep. And that's why shows like Succession, where they were like, hey, guess what? COVID doesn't exist in this world. And they did a season of TV during COVID with all the regulations and everything else, but only COVID didn't exist.
One of our favorite shows, my wife and I, is Working Moms on CBC. And during the COVID times, when they went back to filming, in episode 1 of like, I think it was 2 seasons ago, they referenced COVID once at the very beginning. And in that world, COVID happened, ran through the world, and then everything's back to normal.
Right.
So they only mentioned it, nothing about masks, like nobody was masked up. It didn't make it into any of the episodes, but it was referenced, but for like a split second, and then they moved on.
Right. Even, did you watch Glass Onion?
Yes.
So there's that one scene in Glass Onion where they're on the dock, and it was done for jokes and everything else, where they all had masks on.
Oh,
and then
right.
and then they came and they gave them the cure, right? And they were like, what the hell just happened? And they were like, don't worry about it. You just don't need that mask anymore.
Who was it? Was it Kate Hudson showed up with
the mesh mask?
Who did that one?
It was Kate Hudson.
Yeah.
No, but who did it in real life?
Oh, it was
Alyssa Milano?
Alyssa Milano with the crocheted mask.
Yeah.
Idiots. But even that scene looked so dated in Glass Onion.
I know.
Right? Like even
So
that
weird.
scene looks super, super dated. And so for me, it was definitely the COVID season of Grey's where I vowed to never go back again.
I will say in my opinion, the one thing that won during COVID was the movie from Jake Gyllenhaal called The Guilty, where he was a 911 dispatcher. And the whole thing took place in the dispatch room, and everyone was on the phone and he had to call everybody. Like everyone was phoning
But
in. And he was
COVID
trying to
wasn't
help.
a part of that movie, though.
No, that's what I'm saying. They had to film a movie during COVID. Didn't
Yeah.
address COVID,
That was
and
a
were still able
terrible
to make
movie.
a great movie.
That was a terrible movie.
Oh, I love.
Did you like that movie?
I actually really loved that.
Really?
Yeah.
Didn't watch it.
Oh,
Netflix, right?
Well,
yeah.
I
Yeah.
guess.
Yeah.
I don't know.
That was a
Yeah.
terrible movie.
The more you say terrible, I'm still gonna like it.
I know. It's fine.
Let's go back to the phones here. Hey, Grace, how are you? Welcome back to the Roz Mocha Show.
Hi, how are you?
Good. How are you?
I'm good. How are you?
Good. We've read your questions on the podcast before. We've had you on the show a couple times.
Yes.
What is your question for the room?
Who has the prettiest feet of all of you?
Oh.
Roses
Wow.
are very pretty and painted.
Pretty. That and see, it's
Hold
not
on.
like
In your mind, Grace, what is your definition of pretty? What makes a foot pretty?
We all know what pretty is. We all know what
Well,
pretty is.
Well, I want to know
Okay.
what Grace thinks.
Okay, so I know Roz paints his toenails, so well manicured, clean, no dryness, just pretty.
Pretty. We all know what pretty is, right?
Well, Roz is going to come in here flexing like he's got the prettiest.
No, it's tough because my feet used to be very pretty. Like I could have been a teen foot model.
Okay.
I shut up. I could have, but over the years I've broken too many toes. Like one just doesn't even sit right. I got 2 nails on my left foot that don't even grow back properly.
Oh, no.
No, they double
That's not
up where I have a
pretty.
nail on a nail that grows. And but I would still say, that I'm going to throw my feet. I'm not saying that they definitively are,
Yeah.
but I think that my feet would still be considered among the prettiest.
No,
if
I
not
think
the
mine
prettiest.
are because I keep them trim and I moisturize every day.
But are they pretty? You got gnarly, bendy toes? You got one toe that tucks underneath on like one of
Nope.
the other ones? No? One tuck that goes on top of
No.
the other ones?
No.
Big giant spaces in between them?
Nope.
You got that second one longer than that big one?
You know what? I'm going to take myself out of the prettiest feet combo.
Why?
Because on my big toe,
Yeah.
on both of my feet,
Yeah.
you know, the knuckle part,
Yeah.
that skin is pretty dry. So now the skin there is a little bit darker than the rest of the skin.
that's
But
not
even though I moisturize every single day,
yeah.
but it's still, I don't know why that happens.
yeah.
But that part, so I'm going to take myself out of that.
Okay, well, hold on.
The running.
Here, hold on. Who wants to judge?
I do.
I'll whip,
I will.
I'll whip mine out.
I will judge that.
Yeah? You want to whip yours out, Shem?
Nope.
on.
I lose, man.
Why?
I have
wrong with your feet?
I have ugly feet.
Let me come and show your ugly foot then.
Man, I got to shoe
I would
off
love
and
to see an
everything.
ugly foot right now.
All right. Oh man, I didn't even look. Can I lotion?
No!
I'm black,
Did I-
man.
did-
I'm more susceptible to ash than any of you.
Did I
Oh
lotion?
my god! Look at my foot. It looks gray.
Shem got that corpse foot going on. I got one dead foot.
Shem's
Look at
out.
this, man. I'm already out.
Okay,
Look at this.
okay, hold on here.
Hold
Let me
on.
see. Let me see that. Let me see. Oh, you look like Shaq.
Damn, right?
Okay, hold on.
big-
Let me see the top. Let me
I
see the
got big
top. Let me
feet,
see the.
man.
Hold on. Let me see the top.
Shep.
Let me see the top.
I gotta go so much further than you guys. Look.
Oh yeah, you wear a wide shoe, huh?
Yeah, yeah, I do.
Yeah, I know. I can tell.
Shem,
Wow.
Shem look like you walk barefoot through dust. Just a pile of dust.
Come on, man.
Honestly, it looked like you kicked a mummy on the way in here.
Yeah, all the way
Shem
down
working
the
at a
street.
bakery all weekend.
Flour mill.
Okay, Maury, come in here and look at my foot and then Mocha's foot, please.
I love how none of you wanted to see my feet.
Come on.
Oh God, Maury, just play along.
Come
Frig.
on. Let me see your foot.
No, I was joking because mine are really ugly.
Yeah. Don't worry. We'll get to yours. Don't worry. But right now, you got to look at Mocha's foot. Look at Mocha's foot. Look at Mocha's foot first. He's right there. You just stormed by a pretty foot.
Well, it's got creases from my socks.
They're so small.
Oh.
They're pretty, like they're cute.
What's that? Okay. Now come and look at this.
Yeah, cute feet.
See, that's a pretty foot.
Thank you.
Oh, whatever.
Thank you.
We all knew Maury was gonna pick
It's a
Roz.
normal-sized foot.
Come on.
Not a child's foot.
You want to come look at my pretty foot, Mocha?
No,
It's
I'm
right
good.
here for you.
No, I don't want to.
You can't touch it. You can't touch
I
my
don't
foot.
want to risk seeing that the nail hanging on the nail.
No, but I don't see that.
No, I didn't show that. Well, no, you can see. Look at my second one, Maury. That nail underneath the nail polish is perpetually black.
Yeah, but I think that's
It is. It is. It is. Hang on, I'll show you. Mocha. I'll come over there. You can look at my. Look.
Man, if somebody has a foot fetish, they're having
Right?
the time of their life right now.
Yeah.
Second toe. It's
Yeah.
always black.
You don't even need to what do you call it to paint it,
No.
right?
No.
Well, I guess you do because you got to cover it up.
Yeah.
Well, there you go, Grace.
Thank you.
I don't know if we determined.
Yeah, Rob's got the prettiest feet, probably.
We determined Shem.
And then I watched
Shem needs
his
to up his lotion game.
I think that I may have the prettiest feet, but again, I'm not as proud of them now as they are. Like, I'm not. This isn't something I'm gonna wear with any sort of thing, because I could show you the other foot where my baby toe sits off the wrong way.
No.
The last time I broke it, I went for X-rays, and honestly, the doctor was like, "What did you do?" and I told him what I did. I was like, I stubbed it on this thing. He goes, "No, what about the time before that or the time before that?" Because I've broken that side of my foot and that toe 3 times now.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Oh, do you even have feeling there anymore?
No, but
No.
sometimes now if I put a sock on, it gets caught.
Oh, Grace, thanks so much.
You're welcome. Have a good day, guys.
Yeah, all right.
Okay, bye.
Aisha says here, I started the podcast from the beginning, and around episode 18, Maury mentions that he's $9,000 in debt, not including his mortgage. That was around 2018. Does Maury have less debt now or more? I'm just curious.
less. I've got it down to $3,000.
Hey, come on now.
But I want to put it back up because there's a piece of artwork I want.
I want to put
Wow.
How much is the artwork and what is it?
It's it's called The Lost Warhols. It's the most breathtaking picture of Andy Warhol I've ever seen.
Okay, hold on.
And he's like,
Google this.
there's several of the series, but there's one
What's it
specific
called?
one
The
I want.
Lost?
The Lost Warhols.
Lost? How do you spell Warhol?
Really? W-A-R-H-O-L.
Oh, whoops. A-R-H. What? Oh, The Lost Warhols.
What is it? What is it a picture of, Maura?
It's Andy in a brown tweed jacket with his
Yeah.
arms crossed,
Yeah.
and I want that.
Andy in a brown tweed jacket with his arms crossed. First of all, when you describe it like that,
I don't see that
you
here.
should review art, Maury. Andy in a brown tweed jacket with his arms crossed.
So type in The Lost Warhols photos.
The Lost
Go to the
Warhols.
images.
Yeah, that's what I'm doing.
I'm looking at it. I don't see it anywhere.
There's one. So if you scroll down,
Like, how far? Here, come here.
um,
Look at this. Like, I don't see. Come on, man. If this is going to be a popular photo, should it not
this one right here,
pop up?
that one.
Okay, so his arms aren't crossed. His left hand, his hand is like on
Yeah, I
his
meant that.
face.
Yeah, I meant that.
Okay,
Yeah, I want that.
and that's how much?
It's 4,000.
$4,000 for that?
Wow.
Is it just a poster or is this the original?
It's a limited edition print.
Oh my God, Maury.
4,000. Does Damn It Matthew know that you want this this photo, this print?
We both agree on this one.
Really?
Yeah.
Okay, but does Damn It Matthew know how
He
much
knows
debt
the
you are
price.
in? No, how much debt you're in.
He does, and that's why he said I can't get this right now. It's in the lobby of a New York hotel, and that's where I saw it for the first time. And I'm like, one day I have to have this on the wall.
So where in the condo is that going? Is it going to replace something that's already?
It's going to replace
there?
something. Yeah.
What's it going to replace?
The Krasniansky I bought on a cruise ship
Okay.
for $1,000 like 10 years ago.
Jeez, man.
How much is that worth now?
Way less.
Really? Is it really?
It's worth way less because of controversy around the people who sell artwork on cruise ships.
Yeah.
'Cause apparently they just mass produce them and they lie to you about them being limited edition and prints and stuff like that. But this artist, Krasniansky, is 98 years old. So I thought, if he dies tomorrow, maybe it'll go up.
Maybe. Damn. Jeez.
So I'm holding out for the dude's death.
Right. So $3,000 is your current debt.
And you're going to add 4 to it.
Let's end on this question here from Emily. What would be the scariest sound you would hear after suddenly waking up in the middle of the night?
I'm in your attic. No, I don't know. I would say, like, okay, so you get woken up in the night, right? And you hear a sound. Like, what would be the most terrifying thing following the sound that woke you up?
Or what would be the terrifying sound?
What's the scariest sound you would hear after suddenly waking up in the middle of the night?
I think
so. It wouldn't necessarily be the sound that woke you up.
Yeah. I would say that if it was a male human's voice, that if I heard something and woke up, I think the most terrifying sound to follow that would be if I just heard
Oh my God. Yeah. No
man.
thanks. As if Shem doesn't already have enough to worry about with his sleep apnea. Now you can put that in his mind. Dylan Ward, what's your
think
answer?
That would terrify
I was going to
me.
say like a knock at the bedroom door and not the front door.
Oh, good one.
Yeah.
Knock, I'm about to kill you.
Or I was
Shem?
going to say like somebody opening a bag of chips.
Yeah.
I went violent gunshot. That would terrify me.
Yeah?
Yeah.
To go along with how you said shh.
Yeah.
I think if it were the sound in the room of just
Right. What about this? What about you hear something and you wake up and then all you hear is your wife's voice going, "Don't worry, he's asleep."
Oh no.
Oh, man. No, that's not cool, man. That's not cool. Not cool. Why you gotta do that?
Oh man.
Which is more terrifying?
On the last question of the podcast. Now this is what I gotta think about all day. And then climb into bed tonight with my wife, wondering in the middle of the night if that's going to happen. Thank you for all of your questions. We put out this podcast once a week, and once a week you will see on Instagram at Kiss925 a picture that reads Ask Roz Mocha. This is where we get the questions from in that comment section, and we'll have two of you join us to ask your question on the podcast. Thank you for listening. This has been episode 534 of the Roz and Mocha Show podcast.
Thanks for listening to the Roz and Mocha Show podcast.
Catch the guys live
Weekday mornings from 6 to 10.
on Kiss 92.5
Kiss925.com.
or download the Kiss 92.5 app.